Hi everyone! So you have probably seen my video where I got home this book set with Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 6 new adventures, and yeah, now I got a message on Instagram where someone wanted me to read them, to do a little read along on this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to read the first one here, Djali the Gypsy, and it's the back of the book. And yeah, I do not think I'm gonna read Follow Me to Smash because someone else on YouTube have already done that. So I'm gonna start off to read one and then we see how it goes. I think we're gonna split it up to 2 videos. I think that will be enough. Like we read the first half of the book and the other half of the book in the other video. Because it is chapter books, but still the books aren't too long, so I think it will be enough. So here we go. This is Djali the Gypsy. Get that beautiful pictures. Here we go. Chapter 1. It was a warm spring morning and Esmeralda had taken Phoebus to a lovely spot for a picnic. How beautiful it is, remarked Phoebus. Bright flowers dotted the lush, rolling meadow before them and wispy clouds drifted across the clear blue sky. I thought you'd like it, Esmeralda said with a smile. She plucked a daisy and held it out before her. Here you are, Djali, she cried. Esmeralda's friendly little goat skipped over to nibble the flower in her hand. Quick as a wink, Esmeralda slipped a garland around his neck. Do you like your new costume? She laughed as Djali tried to eat the flowers. Phoebus watched Esmeralda and Djali playing. He thought about how he and Esmeralda had only known each other for a short time. There were so many things he still didn't know about her. How did you get Djali? Phoebus asked Esmeralda curiously. Esmeralda looked up slyly. Oh, it was quite exciting, she teased. Much more exciting how you and I met. Isn't that right, Djali? Phoebus laughed. What could be more exciting than the spirited fight he and Esmeralda had had when he followed her into Notre Dame? Esmeralda continued. I've only had Djali with me for about a year. Yes, yet I have a hard time remembering what life was like without him. Then she added, Djali doesn't really belong to me, you know. Phoebus looked up in surprise. He doesn't? Whose is he? Esmeralda saw the confused look on Phoebus' face and laughed. Oh, I know what you're thinking. We gypsies are beggars and thieves. Phoebus stammered. I didn't say that. Looking over to where Djali was contentedly munching a buttercup, Esmeralda said. Someone did once say that about me, though. Do you remember, Djali? The goat glanced up from his flower, but kept on chewing. I suppose it's very hard to be a gypsy, Phoebus said softly. Esmeralda shook her head. I'm glad I'm a gypsy. I can come and go as I please, and so can Djali. But before we met, life must have been harder for him. Esmeralda was right. Djali's life had been harder, but not always. Chapter 2. It wasn't long ago that Djali had lived on a beautiful mountainside with his herd. Delicious flowers were plentiful, and a clear stream babbled down to join the wide river leading into the city. The goats were strong and swift, and the flock had lived on the mountain for many years. As long as the animals stayed together, they were safe from the wolves that preyed on them. Djali was giving no thought to the wolves on one particular spring day. He absent-mindedly followed a stream that wound through the mountainside, stopping now and again to munch on some grass. But Djali soon lost his way. Bah, bah, the frightened goat cried. Bah! The more Djali rushed about, searching for his way home, the more frightened and lost he became. Where were the other goats? Night was falling, and in the distance came the chilling howl of a wolf. Bah! Cried Djali, springing up onto a rock. Tiny pebbles gave way and bounced down the side of the mountain, disappearing in the darkness. The nimble goat leapt across a crevice and moved cautiously across the rocks, hoping to find some refuge from the darkness and the wolf. But the mountain rose forbiddingly above him, and the thick fog lay below. The panicked goat could hear the wolf advancing. Bravely he dashed down the steep hillside, his tiny hoofs clattering on the jagged rocks. Soon he wouldn't be able to see where he was going, and the wolf would be upon him. Bah! Cried Djali. Djali cried weakly. Bah, bah, came a reply across the hillside. Djali pierced into the mist. Could it be? There below him was a flock of sheep, calling to him to join them. As Djali sprinted for the safety of the flock, two sheepdogs rushed past him, snarling and growling at the wolf just beyond. Within moments, Djali was surrounded by plump, woolly sheep. They didn't seem to mind the shaggy, skinny visitor, and Djali soon snuggled beside them and fell fast asleep. Chapter 3. In the days that followed, now Djali thought about returning to his own flock, but the memory of his terrifying run from the wolf made him decide to stay with his newfound friends. Before long, he felt as much at home with them as he had with his herd. The spirited goat loved playing with the lambs, dashing to the precipice of a cliff, and then leaping into a ledge when the lambs caught up with him. But soon the lambs grew fat and heavy with wool and wanted nothing more than to graze all day like their parents. Djali had no one to join him in his games. One day the sheepdogs began to run in circles around the sheep, pushing them into a tight group and then chasing them into a large pen. The sheep seemed not to mind, but Djali began to bleat in fear. Hurry up now, all of you, in, shouted a man's voice. Let's get this over with. A nip from a sheepdog made Djali kick up his heels in alarm. He looked over and saw the man corner a frightened lamb. Within minutes, the shepherd had dragged a rough knife over the lamb's wool, cutting it away. Then he proudly stuffed the dirty wool into a large burlap sack. The lamb gave a shake and went to his mother, who licked what was left of the rough wool to comfort him. Here now, what's this? Said the shepherd gruffly. With a jolt, Djali felt himself being lifted up by his ears, and soon he was face to face with the grizzled shepherd. A goat, cried the man. An intruder, what are you doing here among my fine sheep? Djali twisted to get away. The man gripped his ears painfully and began to shout. A billy goat too. You're not even good for making milk. You have no wool, and you're too skinny to eat. Maybe the dogs could make a meal of you, eh? The red-faced man shook Djali. I have no use for a skinny goat, he shouted. Get out of here, scat. Picture here. As quickly as he had been lifted up, Djali found himself being dropped into the dirt. The shepherd continued to shout, but now another voice answered his. Leave him alone, cried Esmeralda, who had been out gathering wildflowers for a new costume she was making. She ran in her bare feet across the stony path. Djali didn't understand what Esmeralda was saying, but he knew that help had arrived. Stumbling to his feet, he rushed to her. Esmeralda's eyes were blazing as she dropped to her knees to cuddle the trembling little goat. Poor little thing, did he hurt you? She cooed. Get him out of here, thundered the shepherd. He's nothing but a beggar, just like you. I'm not a beggar, Esmeralda said angrily. I work very hard every day, and I doubt this goat ever asked anything from you either. The flowers and the grasses of the mountain belong to all of us, not just to you and your flock. You're a gypsy, the shepherd taunted. Everyone knows what you gypsies are like. Esmeralda clenched her fists. She was about to lose her temper, but the little goat bleated a warning behind her. Taking a deep breath, Esmeralda decided to end matters before they got any worse. You don't have to worry about him anymore, Esmeralda said, rising. I'm going to take care of him. You, yeah, the shepherd. Why, you can barely take care of yourself. Esmeralda stuck her chin out defiantly. Come along, little one, she said, still glaring at the shepherd. And as Djali trotted cheerfully down the path behind Esmeralda, he turned just once to give the cruel shepherd a scornful bah. Alright guys, we started to come up in 10 minutes now, so I think we're gonna pause here and then we're gonna try to read the rest in the next video. So yeah, I'll be back in a little while. Bye bye.